Hey everybody, Frank Lopez Jr., U.S. Border Patriot, coming to you live right now. I've got a quick show for you as everybody's getting ready for their Friday. So let me just bring up to speed some things here. Turn down the volume on this. So I hope everybody's getting ready for a nice weekend. And just a quick reminder, running for U.S. Congress in the 23rd Congressional District of Texas. You can go to usborderpatriot.com, usborderpatriot.com. Support the mission. Support the mission any way you can. Your encouragement, your support is appreciated. So, hey, I want to touch base on something. So, you may have seen this already, but Nikki Haley still running around out there thinking she's going to somehow, through some miracle, win the nomination for the as the Republican nominee. We know she's a globalist. We know she's been endorsed by globalists. She's getting money from the left and the right that want open borders, amnesty. So I got some proof here of her involvement with Tony Gonzales. That's the guy I'm running against, folks. And we have this globalist infiltration in the Republican Party, and so we need to be alert. We need to vet our candidates if they're running around with these globalist types, these establishment uniparty types. They're all over the place. It's an infestation. So this is where we get rid of these, infiltrators, posers, panders, blatant grifters, carpetbaggers. It happens in the primary. You got to be on your alert. You got to be vetting your candidates. So let me show you what I'm talking about real quick with this latest attack by Nikki Haley against President Trump. And let me bring this screen up here, share with you. So here it is. Nikki Haley, the campaign trolls Trump with Groundhog Day attack on Biden rematch. No one wants. That's what she says, that nobody wants a Biden Trump rematch. We know that Trump should still be the president. So here is this article. It just came out, posted by the New York Post. You can go look it up, go read it as far as what it says. But I'm going to show you the actual video now. So let me bring that up to you. And I trust everybody can hear me here. Great. So let me bring this up. I'm going to share that with you. So, yeah, you're listening. Great, great. So make sure the volume's cranked all the way up on this. Let's watch this video together, folks. This is Nikki Haley saying that America does not want a Trump-Biden rematch, which we know. We know we need to get Trump back in office. So there you go. Folks, that was put on by Nikki Haley's campaign as she's slamming Trump, trying to somehow or another fool herself into thinking that she stands a chance. And let's talk a little bit about this. Nikki Haley, folks, is on the scene for one reason alone, one reason, and that's to derail President Trump. She is getting big time money from the left and the right, mega donors on both sides of the aisle who want open borders, who are pushing the globalist agenda. She is their puppet. And so let's talk a little bit about Nikki Haley. Let's get into that. It's all over the news. But what I'm going to do with this broadcast is connect Nikki Haley, Tony Gonzales, and there's others that are connected primarily through this Koch brother network. I've spoken about it before, but you just have to repeat the message over and over and over. So here goes. Let me share this screen with you as well. So the Koch network is backing Nikki Haley. Who is the Koch network? What is the Koch network? So Nikki Haley wins backing from powerful Koch network as she aims to take on Trump. So Americans for Prosperity, the political arm of the powerful Koch network, formally endorsed Nikki Haley's presidential campaign. This was back on November 28th, promising to commit its nationwide coalition of activists and virtually unlimited funds, folks. They're pulling out all the stops to fight against President Trump. They don't want him. The Democrats don't want him. Open Borders doesn't want him. The globalists don't want him. Socialists, Marxists, America's enemies do not want Trump back in office. We need him back in office. So here's a statement from American for Prosperity President and CEO Emily Seidel. AFP Action is proud to throw their full support behind Nikki Haley, who offers America the opportunity to turn the page in the current political era to win. And that's code to turn the page in the current political area. That's code, folks, for saying Trump is done. And that's why they threw out that Groundhog Day video, which you just saw. And so she's thinking that, she could possibly win the Republican primary. So I wanted to show that to you. We're going to connect Nikki Haley to Tony Gonzales in Congressional District 23. Let's move on to the next screen here real quick. So let's just show you a little bit of what the intent is of the Koch brothers. So this is a news article. The New Republic was published last year, November 28th. It was right after they had endorsed Nikki Haley by the Koch brothers, Americans for Prosperity. They're also using their other group, the Libre Initiative, Libre, Libre Initiative, which is Libre is Spanish for free or freedom. So this article headline says, just what does the Koch network have against Donald Trump? The Republican Party's most celebrated donors, right here, folks, they are known as GOP billionaire mega donors. They have made big bets against the former president, and they appear to be losing. So look, folks, the political network founded by Republican billionaire mega donor brothers Charles Koch and late David Koch endorsed Nikki Haley back in November for the Republican Party, the latest snub in the Koch brothers, Koch network's ongoing and so far fruitless campaign against Donald Trump. Americans for Prosperity Action, the Koch network advocacy arm, sent out a memo to conservative grassroots activists announcing its endorsement, as well as a coming multi-million-dollar campaign for pro-Haley online and TV ads. So look, folks, yeah, it's obvious that Nikki Haley cannot beat President Trump. It's obvious she's out here running around. But the thing is that it's not just Nikki Haley. It is downstream from Nikki Haley. It is it's about other candidates that are benefiting from the Koch brothers, Americans for Prosperity, the Libre Initiative, and other groups that they're involved with. You need to research the Koch brothers, Americans for Prosperity, the Libre Initiative, and I'll also suggest this, folks, that you go in, type those keywords, and then type your candidate's name in there, and see if your candidate at the state, at the federal, senatorial level, representative, if they are aligned with the Koch brothers. They hate Trump. They don't want him to be president because they hate America. They want open borders. They want cheap labor. They are pushing the globalist agenda. They just want to get rich while they can before it all falls down around our heads and our ears. But here, let me show you another article real quick here. So this article is out of Breitbart. And so this is what it says. The plutocrat Kochs, the Koch brothers, praise Democrats' mass amnesty for illegal aliens. They go on to say they are thankful. We are thankful is what they say. This is where they were pushing DACA, the Deferred Alien, the Deferred Arrival Childhood Act. So they're pushing that right here. The pro-mass immigration Koch brothers network of billionaire donor class organizations says it's thankful for House Democrats' unanimous vote to give amnesty to millions of illegal aliens. And so this is an article back from 2019, not too far past. On Tuesday, every House Democrat and 7 House Republicans voted to give amnesty to millions of illegal aliens living across the U.S. as long as the nationals claim they arrived in the country as children. By now, they're over 30, 31, 30, 32 years old, folks. They're no longer children. And so this was in 2019 that they pushed this. The Koch brothers, who served as mega donors to the Republican establishment, praised the House Democrats' mass amnesty effort through the various economic libertarian organizations like the Libre Initiative and Americans for Prosperity, folks. The Libre Initiative and Americans for Prosperity. They are rampant right now. They are running around in primary elections, even in Congressional District 23. Libre Initiative, American for Prosperity, co-funded pro-amnesty, pro-open border candidates are right now running in this March primary, even in my congressional district where I am running as your America First constitutional conservative candidate, folks. It's real. It's here. You need to open up. You need to open your eyes and realize what is happening. So let me give you a little bit more proof here, and then we're going to go straight to linking Tony Gonzales, Nikki Haley, the globalists. Here's another article, all sides here. So this one, let me get rid of these advertisements. Trump can't win, is what they say. Koch Network releases ads targeting the ex-president. This was June 12th, 2023. So they started running this advertising. Here's one of the Koch brothers right here. And so the political network, financed largely by billionaire Charles Koch, is launching a wave of digital ads targeting former President Donald Trump. The ads argue that if Trump becomes president, becomes a Republican nominee next year, it will lead to President Joe Biden winning re-election. Can you believe that? Americans for Prosperity Action, a super PAC that received millions of dollars during the 22 election cycle from Charles Koch chaired Koch Industries and the Koch Act Stand Together Chamber of Commerce, gave CNBC a first look at some of the new digital ads. And so they're running, folks, the last I had heard, they're running about $75, $80 million worth of ads against Trump. These are Koch GOP establishment mega billionaire donors, folks. We have them inside the House. They are in the House, infiltrators. Look, it's easy to blame Biden. Yes, it's easy to blame the Democrats. It's easy to blame, sellout rhinos. But they have infiltrated the Republican Party. We have an establishment. We have a unit party. Just because they wear red, just because they call themselves part of the red team, just because they call themselves Republicans does not mean that they are America first. And so you need to be vetting your candidates as we go into the Republican primary. That's fixing to start right here, February 20th in Texas. February 20th, days away. You're going to go to the polls. You're going to vote for the candidate that's going to fight for you. And look, folks, I've been fighting since I was a kid. I joined the military police at 18, served in Germany and Central America, came home, and then joined the U.S. Border Patrol back when it was the real Border Patrol back in 1988 for 30 years. 1988, 30 years of service to our nation. I know what it looks like. I know what it's supposed to be like. I know what the Border Patrol is supposed to be doing. I know what the mission is, and I know that I can do it right if you send me to Congress. So here, let me give you another article here. Let me show you this real quick. They're pushing their agenda. They don't care about you. Here it says right here out of Breitbart. Billionaire Koch brothers ignored GOP midterm voters. Unacceptable to reduce immigration is what they say. There's a Koch brothers. This was back in 2018. But look, folks, these are older articles. You can go find new ones. They're all over the place. I've got some up-to-date stuff here. They just endorsed Nikki Haley last year, November of 23. But there's a whole body of evidence. Go research Breitbart Koch brothers. And like I said, type in Koch, C-O-C-H, brothers, and then your candidate's name. And see what pops up. See who pops up. And if they're getting funding, support, endorsements by the Koch brothers, those endorsements, that money comes with strings. And these guys are all about cheap labor, open borders. You need to be looking at that. Pro-mass immigration GOP mega donor billionaire Koch brothers are pushing not only an amnesty for illegal aliens ahead of the midterm elections, but also continued mass illegal immigration, despite Republican voters vastly opposing that agenda. So they interviewed here with Daniel Garza. In an interview with Time Magazine, Daniel Garza, who heads the Koch-funded Libre initiative, said any cuts to current legal immigration levels are unacceptable. Every year, the U.S. imports more than 1.5 million mostly low-skilled legal immigrants, he says, putting downward pressure. It's what the article says, putting downward pressure on blue-collar American wages and demographically changing the country at a rapid rate. So Daniel Garza, the president of the Libre Initiative, funded by the Koch brothers, says any cuts to current legal immigration levels are unacceptable. Look, folks, we need to shut it down. We need to shut down this border. We need to get these people, stop them from entering our country illegally. There's got to be mass deportations, roundups, and get them out of here. Yeah, you want to come into our country, you're going to do it the right way. You're going to knock at the door. You're going to report to a port of entry, okay? There's a lot of Americans here that need jobs, folks. I know college kids, American college kids that can't find jobs. Yeah, look, they need to get to work. And so we need to be making sure that Americans get these jobs and we take care of our veterans first, our elderly, our children. Put Americans first. Put America first. That's the way it needs to be, folks. So as a quick reminder, right here, Nikki Haley was endorsed by the powerful Koch network as she aims to take on Trump. So she was endorsed. And so let me show you this right here. Let's get out of here. And let's make the connection for you that are fixing to go vote in Congressional District 23. Congressional District 23. This is an article, one of the state news, reporters, whatever you want to call them. Nikki Haley touts censured Republican Tony Gonzales as the border king. As the border king, the former South Carolina governor toured the border with Rep. Tony Gonzales, who has been censured for his opposition to border security efforts. Look, no doubt by now, folks, you are being flooded. Anytime you turn on the news, Fox or whatever, YouTube, you're getting Tony Gonzales advertising. Facebook, you're getting Tony Gonzales advertising. He's got a lot of money from open borders groups, from pro-amnesty groups, from the war machine. You go look at his FEC records. He's been getting a bunch of money from the war machine. Defense contractors that want bombs and bullets, death and destruction. And that's where they make their money, folks. And not only do they, form and manufacture the weapons of mass destruction, not only they're, making bombs and bullets and aircraft and all that stuff, they're deploying contractors to these war zones. And then there's the cleanup. There's a lot of money to be made in the cleanup, folks. They're construction companies. They're humanitarian emergency management companies. So they wreak the havoc, they destroy, scorch earth, and then they go clean it up. And they're making money off the American taxpayer. So here, Nikki Haley toured around with Tony Gonzales. And there they are, both looking clueless. Both looking clueless. They're out there on the campaign scene now as they have made the right turn, towards trying to sound tough on border, trying to sound tough on security. And so presidential hopeful Nikki Haley is tying herself to U.S. Rep. Tony Gonzales, despite the fact that the congressman has been censured by the Republican Party of Texas for violating their principles. That's right, folks. Tony Gonzales was told, don't run as a Republican. Stay out of the Republican primary. We don't want you. We don't need you. Get out. Stay out. Don't ever come back. Don't even bother looking back this way. Just hit the road, walk down the road, and don't look back. Don't look in the rearview mirror. Take a hike. And so he was censured by the Republican Party of Texas. So let me give you a website here that you need to go look at. So let's jump on this website. Let me share this with you. Here we go. So this is AFP Action. I already showed you, folks, how American for Prosperity Action is tied in with the Koch brothers, Open Borders, Pro-Amnesty, Cheap Labor, Chamber of Commerce, Republican mega donors who you give to the establishment, they give to the Uniparty. In their memo, they actually say they're going to support Democrats. Okay, well, here's what they call their winning candidates from 2022. And so, hey, look, here's some guys. That's why I'm saying, if any of these senators is your senator, you need to go ask him, hey, bud, what's up? Why did you take money from those folks? Or why did you get endorsed? Or why did you get supported from them? And so here's some guys here. Names are going to ring a bell. Oh, some of you are going to be surprised. Ted Budd, Ron Johnson, Mike Lee, Eric Schmidt. At the House, well, no surprise. Tony Gonzales, there he is right there, folks. And who's that next to him? Wesley Hunt, Jennifer Kiggins, Andy Ogles. Y'all may recall that Tony Gonzales and Wesley Hunt made that movie with the other infiltrator, with the other rhino, Crenshaw, out of the Houston area. Remember that, the action-packed video that they made, explosions and, action type of video that they made, and everybody thought it was a great thing. So that's what it is, folks. It's all eye candy. Hey, what's this that just popped up? Monica de la Cruz was endorsed by Americans for Prosperity down in South Texas, folks. Yep, that's the truth there. So look that up. Americans for Prosperity Action. Americans for Prosperity Action. And real quick, this is a connection between, established it right here, Americans for Prosperity, what they're doing. But here's some direct proof of how they're supporting Tony Gonzales in Congressional District 23. This is from 2022. This is when I was running against him as the only constitutional conservative in the race. I'm glad that the State Republican Executive Committee finally caught up. I'm glad the Republicans finally caught up to what I have been telling them, that we had an infiltrator in the House, that Tony Gonzales, shiny, comb hair, slick looking, money, endorsements. I'm sure he had about 30, 40 endorsements at that time. That's what they look like, folks. That's the way they package themselves. But look at this right here. Circled. The Libre Initiative advocates for permanent legal residence, for illegal aid and illegal status for them. But this is what I want to show you. Let me see if I can make this pop up a little bit. Right here in this corner, it says paid for by the Libre Initiative. Paid for by the Libre Initiative. And if you look at the mail stamp on this one, it was paid for Americans for Prosperity. And so you take a screenshot of that, guys, and then zoom it out, and that's what it was. And so that is the connection. Tony Gonzales, American for Prosperity, Libre Initiative. I've done several shows on this before. But now let me show you these videos that you need to see of how Tony Gonzales is tied at the hip. Remember that other article said that Nikki Haley is tying herself to Tony Gonzales. That's why she came down to the border last year. She's trying to beef up her, border security creds. Tony Gonzales doesn't have any border security creds. He has fought against border security. He fought against impeaching Alejandro Mayorkas. He fought against the rest of the Texas delegation that was pushing for border security. He fought against that, folks. Now he's made a hard right turn. Now he says he cares about the border. I saw a despicable advertisement where he actually goes to Uvalde, Texas, to the grave headstone of a child that died in that horrific incident that took place out in Uvalde. That's just how low he will go. And so let me show you this video here of Nikki Haley endorsing Tony Gonzales. So let's bring that up here. Get out of the way. Here I am. Let's make this full screen.
Hi, I'm Nikki Haley, and I am proud to endorse Texas Congressman Tony Gonzales. His district includes 800 miles on the U.S.-Mexico border.
It's not going to pop up for me. Let me bring that. Let me start this.
Hi, I'm Nikki Haley, and I am proud to endorse Texas Congressman Tony Gonzales. His district includes 800 miles on the U.S.-Mexico border. He can tell you Kamala's been missing, but he hasn't. He's been on the front lines. He's fought for the people of his district, and now we need to fight for him. We know that the first race is tough, but the second race is tougher. Let's win the majority in the House, and let's reelect Tony Gonzales. Hi, I'm Nikki Haley, and I am proud to endorse Texas Congressman Tony Gonzales.
Okay, so that was one video there, folks. That was back in 2021. So let me show you an earlier one here. She endorsed him a few times. I don't know if he's going to want her endorsement again. But here goes. Let me show you this other video. Yep. This one here. I don't know why it's not the. Oh, yeah, here it is right there. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to upsize it or whatever, maximize the screen here. So let me show this video to you.
Hi, I'm Nikki Haley, and I'm supporting and endorsing Tony Gonzales for the 23rd District in Texas. He came from humble beginnings. He went through a lot of challenges, but he never let that make him a victim. Instead, he turned it into service for our country. He has fought and laid down the line to make sure that we are all safe. Now we have an opportunity to send him to Washington. He will protect our energy jobs, he will protect pre-existing conditions, and he will serve the families in Texas. So join me in supporting Tony Gonzales for Congress. God bless.
So you folks that are running, that are in Congressional District 23, there's a proof right there, folks, how tied up Tony Gonzales is with the globalists, how he is tied up with the Koch brothers. You saw it on the American for Prosperity Action, AFP Action page. It's irrefutable. It's proof right before your eyes, folks. You need to research it. Go into the FEC as well. Look at who's donating. And I'm telling you, these are Democrat infiltrators. These are globalist infiltrators in the Republican Party. They're running around, shiny shoes, slick hair, looking all pretty, all buttoned up, but they are infiltrators. They're grifters. They're carpetbaggers, panders. They say all the pretty things. They say all the right things, folks. You know me, I have been out here. There's folks here that have known me my entire life. When I was a military policeman, when I was a Border Patrol agent, assistant chief up at Washington headquarters. And now, and when I retired from Border Patrol, I went to go help an America First candidate, my good friend Raul Reyes, who ran against, at that time, that other infiltrator, Will Hurd. Remember that? Will Hurd. And so what happened? He dropped out of the race. He knew he was toast. And he endorsed Tony Gonzales. And sure enough, Tony Gonzales was elected after we warned the citizens of Congressional District 23. We told you to watch out with Tony Gonzales. We told you, we warned you, we showed you the proof. But people go for the personality. People go for the shininess. They go for the endorsements. What is it now? 30, 40 endorsements that they have. They go for the money. They say, hey, look, you got to be able to raise money. When that money is a Department of Defense contractor money, when that money is open borders amnesty money, no thanks. I don't need it. I would rather take the $5, $10, $20 donation from that hardworking American who sweat, bled, who cried for that money, because it is heartfelt. And it's true sacrifice. And I appreciate that. I understand that. I see it. I know it. And that is what fuels me in my campaign. That is what encourages me. That where I go, folks, when people recognize the grassroots candidate, the fighter, the America First warrior statesman, they know that I will go and fight for them, fight for America, fight for our future. That's why I need your help. Look, I don't normally do this, guys. This is still part of the campaigning that does make me a bit uncomfortable, but I'm asking for your support. These are the last days leading up to the election. February 20th is the first day of early voting. So I'm asking that you please go to my website. Let me pop that up for you, show you. You can find that at usborderpatriot.com, usborderpatriot.com. And just go check it out. There's a little bit of my history there. I am the only veteran running in this race beside Tony Gonzales, and look what that guy has done. But I understand what it means to go fight, folks. I understand what it means to be on the front lines. And I've worked in the Border Patrol for over 30 years. And so you can go read about me. My father was also a Border Patrol agent. I have a younger brother that is also a Border Patrol agent. We proudly serve our nation. And we believe in the old patrol. We believe in the old patrol back when things were right. And look, these are the policies of an administration. So I'm going to ask folks to cool their jets. Settle down on the Border Patrol hate. I get it. Look, I understand, but now that has evolved. Folks, into threatening the lives of men and women, threatening parents and sons and daughters, spouses. And so I'm asking for your prayers for literally my brothers and sisters in arms in green, for all those men and women of Customs and Border Protection. Yeah, I've been tough on that agency. I've been tough on their leadership, a bunch of yes men that are up there. And so I'm asking for you to pray for them. They're going through some hard times. And I will ask that as you look at, you can read my platform, what some of the issues that I addressed here. There's a whole bunch of them. There's some videos there where I have interviewed with different news agencies. I was just actually on an interview earlier today. I'll be on another one tomorrow morning. And you can find my link tree there. You can connect to all the different social media platforms that I'm on. If you go there, and you will find it. And then you can also donate. You can donate. Right there's the button. Please donate. All righty, folks. I'm out of here. Frank Lopez Jr., U.S. Border Patriot. I hope you have a great weekend. It's your Friday. Some of y'all work tonight. Some of y'all are working over the weekend. And I do want to close off with this. Look, folks, as you are going about getting ready to start your weekend, I know that there's issues going on. I know that families are dealing with things. There's prayer concerns that you have. It seems like maybe you got an answered prayer. You're wondering, hey, God, where are you at? Where's the response? God is never late. God is never late. He shows up just in time. The miracle works just in time. He comes through just in time. So hang on, folks. Listen, turn on that Christian radio music, open that Bible, call that fellow believer, ask for prayer, call your clergyman if he's a spirit-filled, truth-talking clergy member, reach out to him. But hold on, because I've been there. I have been in those dark places, in those low places, when it seemed like life had just it just sucked, and I was ready to just let it all be over with. And so God comes through. And so I just want to remind you, he hears you, he knows you, you're his child, he loves you. So I'm going to sign off here with that. And so take care, stay tuned for more. And remember, get out and vote February 20. Tell others that there's a true America First patriot out here on the ground, been working the ground nonstop, tirelessly. And if elected to Congress, I'm going to fight not just for the constituents of my district, which are my friends and my neighbors, my family, but I'm going to fight for every American, because this is still the United States of America. This is still the greatest nation on the face of the earth. And I believe that with all my heart. Thank you.